And I believe we are live. Yes. All right. Going to look at well, I can't show you now. There we go. Earlier tonight, LSU beat Florida in Game 1 of the College World Series Finals by a score of 4-3. Just to show you how rigged this is. Florida equals 43. Remember in the Stanley Cup, or remember to get to the Stanley Cup Finals, the Florida Panthers beat the Carolina Hurricanes in Game 4 by a score of 4-3 with the game-winning goal scored with 4.3 seconds left. And remember, this is the year of Skull and Bones. Skull and Crossbones. 2-2-3. And we know that both George Bushes, but George W. Bush won the election to become the 43rd president. And his brother, and it came down to Florida, and Florida equals 43, and his governor was the 43rd governor there at the time. Anyways, back to the game at hand. LSU wins 4-3. They got their 53rd win of the season, just to show you that this is updated. 53 wins. Yes, this is updated. Florida also currently is stuck on 53 wins with that loss, as you can see. And also, you could also say the score was 3-4. And Freemasonry is 139, which is the 34th prime number. And Jay Johnson, who's the LSU manager, his name equals 139. And Freemasonry, we're going to tell you what's so important about Freemasonry. Oh, look at that. Today is June 24th. It just happens to be Freemason's birthday. So on Freemasonry's birthday, founded in 1717. Oh, and by the way, there was a LSU Tigers 59. 59 is the 17th prime. So on Freemasonry's birthday, Jay Johnson equals 139, the LSU manager, just to show you that he is indeed the LSU manager. Here he is. Pick up their 53rd win of the season on 53 date numerology. Now for tomorrow, I will be shocked if LSU doesn't close it out tomorrow. So here's Jay Johnson. Now this here on Wikipedia is not quite updated, because it hasn't included tonight's result. But he's 53-16 on the year, as shown here. 53-16. So that means he's 93-38. Actually, that 38 is more important. Tomorrow has 38 date numerology. He can stay on 38 losses. Florida equals 38. Louisiana equals 38. Also, tomorrow has 20 date numerology. The series can end 2-0. LSU equals 20. And earlier I was talking about 41 last night. I was talking about 41 a lot because Skull and Bones, 41. And what have we seen so far this year with 41? Let's go back to the Final Four. Let me just, if I type in 4 as a word, that'll probably be Final Four scores. Maybe that will... Okay, well it's not... let me pull it up here. Scroll down, just click on Final Four /Championship. Saturday, April 1st, that's 4/1. You get both of the Florida schools lose, including Miami losing to UConn by 13 points. 41 is the 13th prime number, and Connecticut is where Skull and Bones is located. Not at the University of Connecticut, but in the state of Connecticut. Then we had the NBA Finals. You had the Miami Heat losing 4-1, and there were That was on the 163rd day of the year. 163 is the 38th prime number, like how Jay Johnson is currently on 38 losses with LSU. Louisiana equals 38, as does. There's something else. Oh, Florida equals 38. That's what it is. And Colorado also equals 38. That game was in Colorado. I had the Colorado team. I feel like I forget what is Tigers. Okay, no, Tigers is 33. Sorry about that. Anyways, then we had the Stanley Cup Finals. 4-1. That was the Florida team losing 4-1. 3-9 or 93. Jay Johnson's currently on 93 wins with LSU. Not that that matters too much, but Tigers is 39. They could win it all tomorrow. Oh, and as I was saying, I think I mentioned this earlier. That was the NBA Finals was on the 163rd day of the year, which is the 38th prime. I don't remember if I already mentioned this, but that's right. I said the one thing that I was missing was tomorrow has 38 date numerology. That's what it was. Then, so will it end tomorrow? We'll find out. But I think it's more likely than not that LSU closes it out. The one thing going for Florida is they can, just like LSU can pick up their 54th win of the season, Florida can as well on 54 date numerology. And that would set up a winner-take-all Game 3 on 55 date numerology. But I would have to think LSU takes that one because that has 39 date numerology, and Tigers has, I think, Tigers is 39, and Jay Johnson would stay on, if he loses tomorrow and then wins Game 3, he would stay on 39 total losses. And total losses with LSU. And just to show you how rigged this is, LSU played one less conference game than everyone else, but everyone in the SEC plays 30 conference games. They played 29 because one of their games against South Carolina got rained out. And look, just think about how perfect it is that they only played a certain amount of games. What I'm saying is that they line it up so perfectly that Jay Johnson is most likely going to stay on 38 losses, and if he doesn't, he's probably going to stay on 39. And the fact that they got their 53rd win of the season on 53 date numerology, and likely get their 54th on 54 date numerology tomorrow. But just think about that. Like, it's crazy how they line it up like that. They basically, I guess they know when these rain delays are going to happen, which I don't know if they know that for sure, but or maybe they do something to plan around it. But like maybe this game got canceled and then maybe they're like, okay, well they gotta play an extra game in the SEC tournament or something like that, or that now they have to go through the losers bracket in the College World Series. Maybe that's the reason why. I don't know, but it does seem kind of fishy that game got canceled and the numbers are lining up perfectly for them right now. And back on the topic of 41, like I said, I'll just type it again, Skull and Bones. 41. And I was talking about this with 41. I want to show you I'm going to show you my video I did back on the Carlos Correa signing with the Twins. And I was talking about how November 1st will be Game 5 of the MLB World Series. if I can find it. Give me a second here. Carlos Javier Correa equals 293. This is 293 days before Halloween, which is scheduled to be Game 4 of the World Series. Could that mean the World Series will end in a sweep? Well, okay. I did talk about here how Game 5 will be most likely on November 1st, which is 111, and we know New York is 111. I forget, does Tigers have... Tigers is not equal 111, but Tigers and New York share those same three, or they don't share this either, but they 78, 78, 33, 33, 39, 39. Now, the other one that I wanted to pull up was at the beginning of the college baseball tournament. I was talking about the teams that had a chance to win it, and LSU was one of those teams, but I want to find where I was talking about it. Look just at, I want to look for preseason. Okay, here we go. So for example, like LSU's plus 800, Stanford's plus 1500. These are pretty good odds. Kentucky's plus 3000. They don't even have odds for Arizona. Can I just... Here we go. Like, how far down is Arizona? But I'm just thinking, say you chose 6 teams. Say you chose LSU, Stanford, Kentucky, Miami, Texas, and Arizona. Say those were the 6 teams that you chose. And one of those, say those are 6 teams that you chose and LSU won it. So that's $500, and you bet $100 on each. That's $500 down the drain. But then you get $800 back. So you end up getting $300 profit. And if one of these other teams wins it, that's a lot more. Well, there you go. I mean, I'm not going to say I called LSU. I mean, they haven't won it yet, but I did identify them as a team that would likely go far and had a good chance of winning it. And the reason why I said that, let me see if I can find the point where I talked about them, because I remember I talked about them. They have not won it since. Okay. Since the 7th University. Sorry, let me go back a bit. 39 date years, right? Copy. They also wanted it in 23 is 2023. Talk about LSU. Next team I want to talk about was LSU. The reason why I want to talk about LSU is because 2023. So this year, Japan won the World Baseball Classic. They also won the World Baseball Classic back in 2009. And 23 is the 9th prime number. I'll just show you that here. Just type in 23. 23 is the 9th prime number. So the team that won it in 23 also won it in 09. And how should I do this? Let me just copy this. 2009 college baseball tournament was won by LSU. So could we see a repeat of how the World Baseball Classic did it? LSU is the Tigers, right? The potential end date for the College World Series
Maybe I was misremembering. Hold on. 3, 4. Oh, there. Okay, no. Here it is. The potential end date for the College World Series has 39 date numerology, just like Tigers. I don't think there's anything else here.
Okay, so there I did talk about in my preview video why LSU had a good shot of winning it all. Now, I'm not going to say I called it because there were 6 other teams that I talked about, and Stanford went far. Arizona was out in a heartbeat. Tennessee was a team I identified after because I didn't really look at all the teams. Tennessee was a team I identified after the regionals because I saw Volunteers equals 119. They made it to Omaha. Actually, I don't know if I made a video on this, but coming into the College World Series, so coming into the last 8 teams, I thought it was going to be LSU versus TCU. And the reason why I thought that was because this is the TCU manager. His name is Kirk Sarlos. His name is 175. And today is the 175th day of the year. So I thought to me, TCU had the best numbers. At least initially, TCU had the best numbers to make it to the finals. But I can see why LSU was playing Florida because Florida's staying on here's Florida's schedule. They're staying on 53 wins on 53 date numerology. Jay Johnson staying on 38 losses with LSU. That just makes more sense. And plus, it just fits in with the theme of Florida teams coming up short, which I'm not really sure why that is. I guess it's because of the skull and bones stuff with George Bush and this being the year of skull and bones. But anyways, don't be... How far are we into this stream? Oh yeah, we're almost 20 minutes into the stream. Anyways, this live stream was kind of unorganized, like all of mine usually are, but I got my points across. I talked about why I thought LSU had a good shot entering the tournament. I talked about why they won today 4-3, keeping Florida on 53, or was it 53 wins? 53 wins and getting their 53rd win of the season. And Jay Johnson staying on 38 losses with LSU, and why they should win tomorrow. I think that's enough for today. I'll do another update after the game tomorrow, which should be an LSU win, but you never know. We'll see how it goes.